Hi there, this is Jacob Nash, Algebra Lessons, and this is Unit 4, Lesson 7, on difference or sum of cubes. So, we looked at difference of squares in the last one, that way of factoring, and there are certain requirements, but I'll write the requirements for this one too. So, they're kind of similar. So, requirement number 1 has to be a binomial. Binomial, remember, 2 terms. It also has to be a cube, obviously, that's why it's called that. And then you have to be able to take the cube of both things. So sorry, not the cube, I meant cube root. So remember cube root. Stupid thing. Let me draw. So it has that 3. That's how you know that you do. But this time, there's not a fourth requirement that there has to be positive and minus, because that's not the case. So, let's look. This is a little bit more complicated. There's actually a certain equation you have to plug values in to know. And it depends on if there is a plus or a minus. So, let me see here. Hang on a second. Okay. Alright, so let's look at 2 separate examples. We will have x cubed plus 8 and x cubed minus 8. Okay, if there's a plus, like with the first one, then for the equation, you need to have plus, minus, plus. Now, that might seem pointless. I am playing on a piano, or, well, really organ, the different tunes so you can remember. So, this is the sound for a positive. This is a sound for a negative. So, positive, negative, positive. That's if it's positive. But if it's a negative sign between the 2 terms, then you have to do negative, positive, positive. So you either have or. Okay. Hopefully we remember that. So what you first have to do, similarly with the other one, the difference of squares, you have to take the cube root of the things. So then you get x, and then you get, you get pretty much 2. But we're just going to leave it like this, actually. We leave it like this. So, since there's a positive, remember, so there's 2 things that are going to be multiplied by each other, and we see the signs. So, since it's positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. Now, there's numbers and things that have to go between those. And for the first thing that's being multiplied, you have just the thing with these x and 2, just whatever there is not with the cube exponent. So you just have x plus 2. Okay. Then you fill in here, you have to do x squared. It's always going to be x squared. Or it does, depending on if there's something here beside it, like if it was a 5, which you can't take cube root of that anyways. So then what goes after the minus sign is just the 2. Oh, 2x, sorry. It has to be 2x. So you basically are just making something that looks like the standard form, where we could use the multiply add technique, which you might have to do. Then what goes after the plus is going to be this squared, and you consider this a and b. So this is a, b, and then you have a squared, and then you have ba, and then b squared. So that's basically what you're doing. And then the signs are, if they're either, remember, or, but, so that's what it is. So 2 squared is 4, so that's what we have here. Well, now that we know the other ways to factor, is there two things that multiply to equal 4 that can add to equal -2? So let's see. 4 so we have 1, 4, and 2 and 2. Well, both of those things don't add to equal -2, so you're done factoring. That is what this is factored. Sorry. But we have the same thing here except for a minus. So when there's a minus, you change the signs to negative, positive, positive. Negative, positive, positive. So all we have to do is change these signs to negative, positive, positive. Okay. Simple. Pretty simple. You just need to remember what you do as far as the signs. Remember, the signs just mean what signs you put there depends on if it's a positive or negative. So you can have, if you have that, then if you have this, then okay. But you need to also remember where you put what's called A and B. You pretty much just do this. A plus or minus B, that depends on the sign, like I already said. And then you do A squared plus or minus B times A plus or minus B squared. So these are the places where you put the A's and B's. 5 different places. Well, kind of 6, depending on how you look at it. So that's basically it. That's how you do it. And it doesn't matter since we had x cubed, there could have been a number beside the x, and it wouldn't change the process. You would just put a number beside the x anywhere you saw it in the equation. So that's it for how you factor. In the next lesson, we'll look at how you can use that to find the zeros. Okay, thanks for watching, and that'll be it.